Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. Those of you that are new to my channel, my name is Maria, and today I'm going to be showing you some of the newly released. It's the SUQQU 2022 Spring Summer collection that I picked up. There was quite a few products in this release. There were 3 eyeshadow quads, there were 4 lipsticks, there were 8 blushes, there was also an eyebrow palette, and there were also 3 nail polishes as well. The items that I picked up were from Selfridges, and Selfridges didn't have the nail polishes. From what I understand, it is Cult Beauty that will have them, and that will be from the 3rd of February. So I picked up 2 eyeshadow quads, 2 blushes, and 2 of the lipsticks. Now with the eyeshadow quads, there were 3 released. As I said, 2 of these are part of the permanent line, and there was 1 limited edition. The 2 that I picked up are part of the permanent line. The one that was limited edition, I will put a picture of it up here if I remember when I'm editing this video. So I'm unsure what Selfridges still has in stock as I'm doing this video. I would say there are some blushes and some lipsticks. I'm not too sure about the eyeshadow quads. They did sell out very fast and then they were restocked. So I'm not sure if you go to their website and it says out of stock, whether they may be getting some more. But from the 3rd of February, not only Cult Beauty, who will also have the nail polishes, but Harrods and Liberty London will also be selling this new SUQQU release. So everything in the description box, including those websites that will be selling this from the 3rd of February, I will put below. So SUQQU say that this collection was built with a unique combination of shades and textures that reflect the colours of springtime. So the 2 quads that I picked up were number 08 and number 07. As I said, these are part of the permanent line, and these are part of the signature colour eyes. These quads have 6.2 grams of product. They have a shelf life of 12 months from date of opening, and they are made in Japan. These eyeshadow quads are the typical SUQQU packaging. They are very glossy, they're minimalist, and really sleek. I think their packaging is really lovely. The opening to the quads is magnetic, and they do have a generous mirror inside. This is quad 07, and it's described as a spicy pink and grey. And this is 08. And it's described as orange and peacock green. So the 3rd quad that was limited edition, that was number 112. And if I remember, I will put a pic of it to the left of me. So I will do swatches of all the products that I purchased, but this video will just be on 1 eyeshadow quad, 1 of the blushes, and 1 of the lipsticks. That's what I'll try on today, and the ones that I don't use I will do in a separate video. So I've already got on my foundation, I have on some bronzer, face powder, done my eyebrows as well. Today I'm wearing the Lumiere foundation, but everything that I'm putting on my face today I will link in the description box below. So I'll swatch quad 07 first. So this quad is the one described as a spicy pink and grey. So here we have a gold, which is very yellow. Then we have a peach, and then a pink, which I would say is like a raspberry shade. And then we have a really beautiful, like a smoky grey. This one swatches, it isn't quite as opaque as the other 3. So I'll probably use this as a topper. But they are all really beautiful shades, and these 2 have quite a lot of shimmer. These tend to have a little bit, but not quite as much. And this is quad 08, described as orange and peacock green. This looks like a beautiful champagne colour. And this is a soft brown, and this orange is gorgeous. It's like almost a pumpkin type shade, and this is like a blue green, like they say peacock. It is really, really gorgeous. So I don't think I said, but I swatched these quads from left to right and top to bottom. So with this second quad is the same, the shade here as this one, not quite as opaque as the other one. So again, I'll use this as a topper. These swatched really beautifully on my arm, so I'm expecting them to be very easy to blend on the eye as well. So I'm going to take the Rapha number 15 brush, and I'm going to start off with this peach shade. There is quite a bit of pickup on the brush, and you do seem to get quite a bit of payoff. I haven't purchased a lot of SUQQU, but the ones that I have, or the eyeshadow quads that I have, they are really beautiful. I find that they can be quite subtle to begin with, and you can build them up really beautifully. But this quad tends to have quite a bit of pigment. I'm going to take the Rapha number 14, and I'm going to go into the pink shade, which I think looks like more of a raspberry type of shade. I'm going to take the Rapha number 3, and I'm going to use the same shade, and I'm going to put some under my eyes. But if I think it's going to make my eyes look like they're sore, then I will just pop some of that grey eyeshadow over top. Then I'm going to take the SUQQU Blender Pro, and using that same raspberry shade, I'm just going to pick up a tiny amount, and I'm going to put that all over my lid as well. Now I'm going to take the SUQQU, this is the Worker 3, and go into that grey shade, and I'm going to put that in the outer corner. And that's a really beautiful soft grey. So using the Rapha number 3 again, I'm going to put some on my lower lash line as well. It's just a really beautiful soft colour, but enough to give definition. And then with the SUQQU Crease 1 brush, I just want to go back into that peach shade, and I just want to put a bit more of that just through here. And then finally I'm going to go in with that gold shade, and I'm just going to put that in the inner part and towards the centre. And then I've just wiped down the Rapha number 3, and that same yellow gold shade I'm going to put in the inner corner here. And now I'm going to line my upper lash line. I'm going to use a SUQQU brush, and I'm going to use the grey eyeshadow in this quad. This is the SUQQU brush. This is the F08. So I've now put my mascara on, and this is the finished eye look. I think it is really, really pretty. It reminds me a little bit of the Burberry. It was the Eye and Cheek or Eye and Face palette they put out towards the end of last year. It's not quite the same, but it just reminds me of the darker colours and the pinks and raspberry with the gold as well. And I really loved that eye look as well. I don't really do comparison swatches on my videos, but there are 2 other channels that I watch that do that, and they are very, very good at it. One is Lexi Jong, and the other one is Elf Feisty, and both of those channels I will put in my description box below. If you'd like to see comparison swatches, they are very, very thorough at what they do, especially when there's new releases and you want to see if they're like any other from that brand that you've purchased, or from other brands. So now let's take a look at the blushes. As I said, I picked up 2 of them. I picked up 02 and 03. Here is the outside packaging, similar to the other blushes that they've released before, with that really gorgeous, sleek, minimalist packaging. These are made in Japan, just like the eyeshadows. They have an expiry date of 12 months from date of opening, and these blushes have 5 grams of product. So I'll show you blush 02 first. These have a generous mirror in them as well. And this is 02. And this is blush 03. So 02 is described as a mauve pink, and 03 is described as a coral pink. And these blushes do have little brushes that come with them, but I hardly ever or never really use brushes that come with quads or blushes. I like to use my usual makeup brushes. So SUQQU call these blushes the Melting Powder Blush, and these are a brand new formula for SUQQU. They are supposed to have a silky smooth finish that seamlessly melts into the skin for natural looking radiance. They also say that it is high translucency without a chalky dull finish. The powder is evenly coated with oil to create a less powdery finish that blends into the skin rather than covering it. It has a wet feel finish, a mixture of spherical powder particles and plate powder particles work together to give the blush a soft, fluffy texture with a cushioning touch. They also say that these have a high adhesiveness that's to create an effortless, smooth texture and an even distribution of colour. Now, I haven't tried these yet. I will swatch these on the back of my hand to show you. I am thinking that they're probably going to be like a cream to powder type of formula, and swatching them, that's exactly how they feel. When I went to swatch them, they feel quite creamy in the pan, and they just swatch beautifully on my hand. So these are the 2 colours swatched. This is 02 Mauve Pink, and this one here is 03, described as Coral Pink. This one is a cooler type of pink, and this is a more warmer toned type of blush. It's definitely more coral than pink, but they are both really, really beautiful. So for today, I'm going to try the blush 02, the one described as the Mauve Pink. I'm going to use the SUQQU brush. It's the F031, and just see how it goes on with that. There seems to be quite a bit of pickup on the brush, and there is quite a bit of lay down as well. So these are quite pigmented. Now these aren't a matte blush. They do have a sheen to them, but it is very, very subtle. So that is a really pretty blush and really gorgeous colour. I do like a cooler type of blush, and I think this is lovely. They blend effortlessly. Didn't take much at all using this brush to put on this colour. Really, really easy to blend. They're just beautiful. And when I feel them now, they don't feel like a matte dry, but they sort of don't feel creamy either, like when you first swatch them. But they have dried down, but they don't go to that flat matte. As I said, they've got a sheen in them anyway. Really interesting formula, and I think really, really lovely. So now let's take a look at the lipsticks. I picked up 2 of the lipsticks. They released 4. Now one of the lipsticks is in their permanent line that I picked up, and the other one is a limited edition. And when you buy the SUQQU lipsticks, they come like this. The lids that go on top, you have to purchase separately, but they do come with these caps. I have bought these lipsticks before, so I do have the caps that go on top. So these are shades from just looking at them. I haven't tried them yet. Probably ones that are more definitely in my everyday type of shades than the previous SUQQU lipsticks I picked up. So I'll probably put the other lids on these ones and put these caps on the other ones. So I've just grabbed one of the other lipsticks just to show you the cap that goes on top. So it's not magnetic, it just slides on, but they fit really well. There's no chance of them falling off. And they're in that interesting type of shape. And as I said, I'll probably put this on at least one of the newer lipsticks that I've got. And the caps, these plastic caps that came with this one, I will pop on this lipstick. So I picked up shades 11 and 106. These have, I'm just trying to see how much product is in there. It is 4 grams of product. And for those of you that haven't seen the bullet of the SUQQU lipstick before, that is what they're like. Has the SUQQU logo up the top and the gold coloured type packaging that the bullet goes into. So I'll swatch these on the back of my hand so you can take a look. So this is number 11. This is the nude pink. This is a cooler type of neutral. And this is 106. And that is a pink, but probably more of a berry type of shade. Now these matte lipsticks are really, really lovely. I don't own a lot of matte lipsticks. I find with some they're just too drying. And I tend to lean more towards satin type of finishes. But when you find a matte lipstick, and these ones are described as sheer mattes, I find that these don't dry down too much. So when you find a matte lipstick that isn't too drying, they are a really great find. And the formula of these SUQQU lipsticks are really, really beautiful. And I'll put a picture up beside me of the 4 lipsticks. The shade 106 is the one that I'm going to use today, and that is the limited edition shade. So I'm just checking on the website. So yes, this lipstick that I've just put on, the 106, this is limited edition. One of the other 4 lipsticks that were released, that's number 107. That is limited edition as well. So here is the finished look, and I have now put my hair up because it is really, really hot and humid. The last half hour I'm really starting to melt, and I had to get all my hair off the back of my neck, and I feel a lot more cooler now that I've done that. So this is the finished look. I think it is really, really beautiful. I love the colour of these eyeshadows. I just think they are really, really gorgeous. They blended beautifully, really, really easy. I mean, I do have really good makeup brushes too, but I'm sure even with makeup brushes that aren't as expensive as the ones that I have, I just think this is the type of formula that would blend just really, really beautifully. I love these blushes. This formula is gorgeous. The cream to powder is just beautiful. As I said, they're not a flat type of matte, but the sheen that they have is super subtle, and they would also be really buildable as well. I've only just put on a very light amount for today's video, but there's no doubt that you could build them up if you wanted a bit more colour. And I really love this cooler pink. I think it is really, really pretty. And I am loving this shade of lipsticks. I only have one other lipstick, or maybe 2, that's in that berry type of shade. And I like it. I think it looks lovely. And the formula of this lipstick is really gorgeous. And even though they say that they're a sheer matte, to me, Well, for me, they have quite a bit of pigment and really enough for what I want in my everyday type of lipsticks. I really love the formula of these lipsticks as well. They are called sheer mattes, but they should add soft to that as well, because they certainly don't dry down. And for someone that tends to stay away from matte lipsticks, and to enjoy this one is really saying something. As I said, I do enjoy more of a satin type of finish, but I do think these look lovely. They don't dry down, because when you get a matte lipstick that does that, it can make your lips look really, really old, but I don't think that these do that at all. They feel really, really comfortable, and as I said, I am loving this shade. So I'll be doing another video on the products that I didn't put on today, and hopefully I'll upload my next one in the next day or two. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Bye.